Hi, this is Pastor Bob, and welcome to Pastor Bob Daily. The sun is just coming up here in Tennessee. It's a beautiful day so far, and I like to get up really early before it gets hot. Spend some time outside because I can't stand the heat when it gets so warm. And we're about at that time here in Tennessee where it's getting warm and humid. Well, I wanted to talk about failure and mistakes today. And you say, well, Pastor Bob, that's a strange way to start out a nice day, but it really is an exciting topic. One of the huge benefits, folks, that you and I have being Christians is that God gives us a do-over. He gives us the opportunity to start again and again and again and again. And He gives us the opportunity to rise above our mistakes, to learn from them, and to be forgiven. And that's huge. Now, one of the biggest things that human beings deal with is failure. And it doesn't take me very long, if you asked me, to count, the biggest failures of my life. And I could do it real quickly. I know them very well. I think about them all the time. I remember some of those things that I've done wrong, and when I remember them, I get that feeling in my stomach. You know the feeling. And you just get this regret, and you wish you would have done things differently, if only you had. And I think that's the beauty of the Christian life, is that God says, I understand that, and Jesus died for that, and the sin part of it is removed, but after that, there's something that lingers, and that's the regret. And what do you do with regret? Well, you turn your scars into stars. You turn your regrets into opportunities. And that's the biggest thing that you and I need to learn, and learn how to deal with. I've told you a story before, but I want to tell you again. It's a story about a man who worked at a bank, and it's a true story. And he realized one day as he was sitting at his desk that he had just made $1 million mistake. How's that for a mistake? You and I think of our mistakes and they're huge to us, but how would you like to have made $1 million mistake? So he realized it. He went into the president's office, the president of the bank. He laid his resignation on the table, and he said, I'm resigning, and let me tell you why. He said, I've just made a huge mistake. It's going to cost this bank $1 million, and there's nothing that we can do about it. And he said, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. And here's my resignation. And the bank president looked up at him, and after a minute, he told him to sit down. And he looked at the man, and he said, I'm not happy with what you've done. And he said, and of course, we'll have to take some actions, and, you'll be demoted, and, but he said, I want you to stay with the bank. And he ripped up his resignation, and he said, the way that I see it, he said, you're the one person in this company that I know will never make this mistake again. And he said, let's turn your $1 million mistake into $1 million lesson. He said, and honestly, you're probably more valuable to me now because you've had this experience. Well, that's huge, isn't it? Don't you wish everybody felt that way? Don't you wish everybody responded that way? I would like to think I would, but I'm not sure if I would. But, folks, that's how we really need to treat our mistakes. We need to treat them as lessons. You see, we have $1 million mistakes in our lives. We've all made them. But what have you done with them? Have they become $1 million lessons? And folks, the regret begins to go away when you realize that you've learned from them. If you can replace the regret with wisdom, and you can replace that paralyzing feeling with the feeling of opportunity, then you can move on. So today, let's work on that. Take those things, folks, that you've done in the past, those things that you can name real quickly if you needed to. Take those things and make them into million-dollar lessons. Put in your mind the things that you've learned from it and move on and realize that even though you may have some regrets, you have million-dollar lessons, and those are very valuable for your future. God bless you. Have a great day.